set. Good evening, all, and welcome. It's 7:30 on the dot. Good evening, and welcome to the Aspire for Excellence Foundation. Okay, seminar. I would say webinar series. Okay. Tonight we will be taking a topic titled 2025 Practical Planning. Okay. And preparation tips for a successful new year. We all know that the new year is around the corner, and like it is said, preparation plus planning is equal to success. So tonight we have our speaker here by the name of Kenneth Doghudje. He will be the one to speak to us tonight. I will pull down my screen, and you're welcome, Kenneth Doghudje, and I think we can also do well to please give him a virtual round of applause also to tell him welcome on Aspire for Excellence Foundation. Anyway, so thank you very much. All right, George, over to you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. Sir Kenneth is a sales and marketing professional par excellence with more than 20 years experience helping businesses exceed their revenue goals. He is currently the founder and CEO of Just Saves, which is Nigeria's foremost retail and wholesale plug for the purchase of all types of safes for the protection of valuables at home or in the office. His passion includes guiding and steering the next generation to be all they can be. Helping others meet and exceed their potential is a mission statement that is very dear to his heart. Get ready to be motivated and inspired to make success in the year 2025 and beyond after listening to his session on charting a course and planning to succeed in the coming year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, George, and thank you, Michael. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Loud and clear. Okay, beautiful. Yes. Thank you so much, Michael and Aspire for Excellence, for giving me the platform to be able to share a couple of things that can help each and every one of us become more successful in 2025. So I've known Michael a long time. He's been a great friend, secondary school mates, and I congratulate you of continuing. And I was at Aspire for I was at the 2019 sessions in Enugu, and I'm glad to see that it still exists and you've continued to build. I pray that God continues to strengthen you to be able to achieve your goal with regards to this noble venture. I want to thank everybody also who has been part of it, and I wish you all a successful 2025 in advance in case we don't get to interact again. So today I've been given a task to share a couple of tips, practical tips. When you say practical, things you need to start doing. So without further ado, let me just share my screen and confirm that you can all see it, and then we can just take it from there. So everybody can see the title slide. Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. So thank you once again, Michael. I think I had the pleasure last year of sharing something similar to this topic on planning, on how to prepare for the year. And I'm glad to be back again to develop even further and open our minds much better towards what we need to do to be able to be successful in 2025. So my brief is simple. How can we plan practically? And what are the tips that will help us prepare for a successful new year? Okay, so before we go far, in terms of a background, we've got to look at 2024. It's coming to an end. We're now in November. In no time, it will be over. But before we go into the new year, before we chart the new course, we must review the past year. What were the wins? What were the losses? So I'm assuming that every one of us had a plan for 2024 or had an intention. If you didn't have a written plan, you must have had an intention. So it starts from there. Success in the new year starts from the current year. We must review the current year. What were the wins? What were the losses? What were the learning curves? You see, somebody said lunacy is when you do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So we need to review, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? Where could we have improved upon? What ventures did not help us? What paths did we follow that did not take us to the promised land? We must do an extensive review. And after review, we must embark on a plan and projection to get the best out of the new year. We must plan, we must project. You will know that even companies plan. For example, I hear companies like some Japanese companies like Toyota, Honda, they have 100-year plans. And so if you have a 100-year plan, it means they are projecting that in 100 years, they will be somewhere. Companies like Apple, Samsung, all the respected companies you are talking about today, they have plans. They project. And also, even the successful individuals that you are looking up to, if you're looking up to the Bill Gates or the Dangotes or the Bezos or Elon Musk, for example, they have all projected what the year 2025 will bring. So if it's working for them, it makes sense to also do the same thing. So 2025 can be much better than 2024 if we chart a course and work towards it. This, you can say, is the formula for success. We chart a course and we work towards it. We don't just chart a course and after the end of January, we forget the course and we start doing something else. And by June, we start wondering, what happened to the year? Where has the year gone? And by November, we now bring out the course we set in January and start looking at it to say, oh, was this what I wanted to do? This is what I wanted to do this year. I've even forgotten, or I didn't even run after it. We must chart a course and work towards it. It's a formula for success. Okay, and I said here, plans are nothing, but planning is everything. This is a quotation from Dwight Eisenhower, former American president and Allied general of the Second World War. The end game is nothing, but the process is everything. The end game is, what do you want to achieve? Oh, I want to have a new job. Oh, I want to have 10 million in the bank. Oh, I want to travel to 3 countries. That's the end game. But the process to get to the end game is everything. And that's what Winston Churchill also says. Plans are of little importance, but planning is essential. The end game is not as important as the process of getting to the end game. You know why? Because end games can change. You see, today you want to have a house in Banana Island, for example. You want to have a house in Abuja. Tomorrow you want to have a house in South Africa. Next tomorrow you want to have 10,000 houses all over the world. The end game can change, but the process is essential. So once you get the process right, you can keep on changing the end game and keep on achieving. And that's why I said plans are of little importance. Even Dale Carnegie, the famous motivational speaker, says an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. An hour of planning, 1 hour of planning it can save your time. And you know, time is money and time is essential. So planning is key. We've got to look at 2025 and map out what we want to achieve and how we want to achieve it. Please take note. We don't just want to achieve, but we want to talk about how we're going to achieve it. What we want is not as important as the how. And that's why we must plan. Okay, so now let's look at the tips. I have put together about 10 tips that will help you. Like Michael said, you're going to get the presentation. It's my gift to you. Take your time to look through it and do further research. But I've tried to pick, there are so many things that are important. But the first one is related to the background. Where are your 2024 goals? You need to bring them out. 2024 goals and plans and give them a detailed look over. What did I want to achieve? In 2023, I said in 2024, I'm going to do A, B, C, D. Now I have to bring out those things that I said and then check my performance. For example, did you earn that income? You said you wanted to make maybe 10 million. Did you make 10 million? Did you build your business by recruiting more customers? Did you lose weight? Did you read more books? Did you learn new skills? Did you get a new job? Bring out your 2024 goals and check to know how you did. I've said in the next point, score yourself using your own parameters. For example, if my goal was to read 10 books and I only read 4, that means I scored 40% or 4/10. So score yourself, because you see, you must assess your performance going to the next level of improved and higher performance starts with assessing where you are. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step from one point. If you are going to go to America tonight, for example, you know you have to leave your house to the airport. So the starting point is your house. But imagine you can't just say, you just in your mind, I'm just going to appear in America. There is a starting point. So you need, and the starting point for 2025 is 2024. How did I do in 2024? Did I do well? Then if I didn't do well, why didn't I achieve at least 70% of my targets? I said I wanted to do 100 million in sales, and I only did 10 million in 12 months. What happened? Was it the economy? Did the government policies of the president, or what happened that I was not able to achieve my goal? We need to know. You need to know, so that once you are clear on that, why your performance will poor, you can decide whether to still carry the goal. You know, goals continue to change. I tell people, today you want to buy a Toyota. Next tomorrow you want to buy a Honda. The next day you turn around, you want to buy a Benz. This is human beings. This is who we are. You know, but we need to look at 2024's performance. What was our score? What caused us to fail? Because there will be goals you succeeded very well in, and there will be goals you did very, very poorly in. So those that you succeeded well, give yourself a pass mark. But those that you didn't, what happened? Why? Why didn't you succeed? What was the reason? Okay, and then you can decide whether you want, you know, this is the university of life. You can carry over. This is the only university where you can carry over. And it will not delay you. It will not derail. You can decide that, oh, the goal of 2024, I didn't do well in it, but I'm taking it over to 2025. Now that I know better, to try to do much, much more. So the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. The journey to success in 2025 starts with 2024. I need to review what happened in 2024 with a view to seeing where the problems were and how to counter them. So this is where you must start from if you want to be successful in 2025 in the achievement of your goals. So the next tip is, please don't have too many goals. I see people, they want to achieve 20 things. It's a lot. Like I said, there are many goals. It's best to limit yourself to 5 or at most 7 to aim for. People have income goals, they have business goals, they have education goals, savings goals, relationship goals, travel goals, weight loss goals. There are so many. And this list is not exhaustive. There are many, spiritual goals are there. There are many, many goals. But limit yourself to between 5 and 7, because you're going to run after something. And there's nothing worse than when you're running and you're running after too many things at the same time. You end up achieving little or nothing. So you must set goals, and then you must have the goal. What is the most important thing to you? What's your number 1 goal? What's your number 2 goal? What's your number 3 goals? In that kind of priority, you must prioritize. Too many goals can lead to one getting overwhelmed, thus opening the door to frustration and discouragement. And I've said, don't get encumbered running after many things in 2025. Pick a few important goals and make the year count. Now, after 2025, there's 2026, there's 2027. You don't need to achieve everything in 2025. Pick a few most important things. And what is important to you will continue to change. What is important to you now? Pick 3, 5 to 7 at most, and prioritize on them and then run after them. Don't set too many goals. Otherwise and when you get discouraged and frustrated, what happens? You give up. And this is what happens to many people when they set things like resolutions. They start the year with a bang. Oh, it's January. They've gone to church. They've prayed. They wrote their goals. They prayed on it. But by the time you call them back on 15th of January, they can't find the paper that they wrote the goals in. They can't find it anymore. By the time you get to end of January, they've even forgotten what they said they wanted to achieve. And you cannot be successful in your goals, in your life, if you're not staying on the course. You're not charting the course and staying on the course till you get the result. So tip number 3, your goals, your plan, everything, you must be guided by SMART. SMART being an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And this is very, very important. People set ambiguous and verbose goals. Goals that, like we say in local parlance, goals we no get head. Goals we no get head. For example, I want to be rich. My goal for 2025 is I want to be rich. That goal don't get head. What do you mean by I want to be rich? And I've stated some examples here. Specific goals. Sign 5 new clients in the next 60 days. That's specific. Measurable. Exercise for 30 minutes every day for the next 7 days. Achievable. Strength training for 1 hour 3 times a week. Your goals must be smart, relevant, increase 401k contribution by 1%. Your goals must be smart, time-bound. Grow the number of monthly users for the mobile app to 1,000 by the end of 4 months. I want to be rich is not a goal. How do you, I want to be rich? But you could say something like, rather, I want to increase my net worth by 2 million naira from my income sources in 2025. I want to be rich. I want to be governor. I want to be president. It's not a goal. A goal is something that must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. There must be a time element. I want to be rich is too ambiguous. I want to be rich in 2025 is still ambiguous. What is rich? Is that specific? Oh, I want to lose weight. Is that specific? You must be specific, measurable. The element of time and the task that must be followed up to make that goal a success must all be part of your plans. You can't just set something and set it up in the air. You won't achieve much when you are ambiguous. Clarity is key to success. What do I want to do? I'm clear about it and I run after it. So you must be guided by SMART goals. You will find templates on SMART everywhere. Every goal you set must go to ask yourself, is it specific? Is it measurable? Achievable, relevant? Look, we're even talking about achievable, and I know we are people of faith. I know we want to pray, we believe in miracles, but a goal must be achievable. You can't say that at the end of this year, I want to be a billionaire at the end of 2025. How achievable is that? It's not impossible to be a billionaire, but you will need time. You need to build it. A billion is, if I'm starting to be, a billion is not 1,000 million or something like that. It will need time. It's not impossible, but you can't, in a year, it's unlikely. So every goal must go through this process, this chain. Check each one. Each goal you set. That's why you shouldn't have so many. Each one you set must go through this SMART acronym for it to be a real goal that you can run in 2025. So tip number 4, each goal must have a plan of action. And I said here that daily actions are vital. I give an example. Oh, I want to lose 10 kilograms of weight this year. I want to lose 5 kg in 2025. So I say, okay, fine. If I want to lose 5 kg, my weight now is 95. I want to go from 95 to 90, for example. So what do I need to do? For example, I say I'm going to exercise 4 times a week. So I need to go to the gym 4 times in a week. I need to count calories. For example, for those who watch their weight, there's a number of calories you're allowed to eat in a day. I must not exceed that number. Then I have to change my diet. I have to drop some food. For example, if you want to lose weight, you can't be eating a lot of bread, You can't be drinking a lot of soda, There's certain things you can't be found doing. You'll have to get all those things out. Alcohol doesn't help, So there are there are things you need to do. So you must set a goal that, okay, if I'm going to lose 5 kg, these are the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to do road walks. I need to buy an exercise bike. I want to ride around. There are things I must do, and you must be doing them daily if you really want to succeed in 2025. You can't just set a goal, I want to be rich. If you want to be rich, then some people will tell you, okay, you want to make 5 million in 2025. Divide your 5 million by 365 and ensure that every day you make 5 million by 3, let's assume it's 50,000 naira. And that means you must be sure that every day you are making some activities that bring you 50,000 naira. And if in the whole week nothing came in, you need to add that That's 350,000 naira to the next week. To ensure that next week you need to bring in 700,000 naira. As the case may be, if you are serious about your goals, you must break it into activities. A goal without a plan, without strategy and execution is nothing other than a wish. And if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. A lot of people are living life wishing and hoping. And you see them every day. They're everywhere you go. They are wishing, oh, it's going to be good for me. But they're not working towards it. They're praying and wishing, but nothing is changing. It's not that God is not hearing. God is hearing, but they're not doing their part. So, whatever you need to do daily towards your goal, you must document it under your SMART goal. And you must commit to doing one of these things every day to be successful. You want to be successful financially. What do you need to do every day? You need to, for example, you need to imbibe savings culture. You need to increase your capacity to earn. You need to learn new skills. You need to increase your network, meet new people. You need to improve your presentation, because you will need to make presentation to people. You have to improve your how you make your case, how you sell yourself. All these things you must document, and you must do them daily. Something must be done daily, no matter how small. Even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, something must be done daily to move you towards your goal. Very important. So by now, in tip number 5, you must prioritize. What is the most important thing to you in 2025? Do you want to be rich? You want to make money? Is that your number one goal? You want to get a new job? You want to move to a new apartment? You want to get new customers? Whatever it is, every goal should have a priority, and put most of your time on the goal that is of the utmost priority. You decide. It's up to you to decide. Some people it's not all about money. Some people say they rather travel than really have so much in the bank. They want to see the world. It's most important to them. Then they must do things to anything that's more. You put that as your number one goal, and all the other goals come down, and allocate most of your time in that direction as much as is possible. And that's why I've said again, you can't afford to do too many things in a 365-day period. Come to think of it, a year is not such a long time. We project in years. Some people have 5, 10-year plans. It's not such 365 days, not such a long time. So you can't afford to be running in 10 different directions. It will be too much. Okay? So spend the most time on what's the most important as determined by you. Allocate lower amounts of times to the lesser goals. You feel less overwhelmed when you prioritize your goals. You see, if you analyze critically, goal setting, plans is all about you. The major ingredients or variable is you. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to do? What's important to you? Why do you want to do it? Once that is clear, you now run towards what you want to achieve. So you must prioritize. You must schedule. You can't afford to put all your eggs in the basket that is not important to you. It's all about you. So take time to set your priorities right for 2025. Choose what's important, run towards it, give it your all. Remember, even if you are successful if you achieve what is most important to you in 2025. If, for example, you have 7 goals and the first 2 are the most important, if you achieve them, you're already a success. Even if other people may score you a 2/7, those are the 2 most important goals, because those are the goals that have the most weight. The goals have the most meaning, the most importance to you. So prioritize. All goals are not equal. Some goals are more equal than others. So prioritize. Put the most important things first. In business, we say, what do we call it? What? Putting first things first. Putting first things first. What's important? What's urgent? We talk about those matrices. To always do what's important and urgent. Do them first. So it's important. You set the tone, and you prioritize your goals. So going on to number 6. Your plans must be documented. And I did a study online. It says the odds and chances of success are much higher with written down goals and plans. And Brian Tracy, a foremost management speaker and trainer, says people with clear written goals accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people without them could ever imagine. And I amend that. It's people with clear, smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, relevant, and time-bound. You accomplish far more in a shorter period of time than people without them. And Michael Corder says, write it down. Written goals have a way of transforming wishes into wants, can'ts into cans, dreams into plans, and plans into reality. Don't just think it, ink it. Don't just think it, ink it. Don't just think it, ink it. It's important. Put down what you want to achieve. Write it down. Write it down. Document it. You know, your chances of success are higher with written down goals and plans. In one of the other slides, I just did a practical demonstration of what your goals could be like in a simplistic form. But you need to write it down. Stop keeping things in your head. Oh, my goal is in my head, or my goal is in my heart. Yes, your goal is in your head or is in your heart, but you need to document it. You need to document it. It's important. Your success, you have a better chance of success when you document. And it doesn't have to be technical, because I'm saying document. Some people may say, what am I going to write? It's not difficult. I'll show you in some other slide an example of what I put together. Please, sorry, there's a train track near my place, so there might be some noise. I hope it's not disturbing your audio. So please bear with me. So on to tip number 7. Use positive language. You can start each goal with I will. I will lose 5 kg in 2025. I will earn 5 million additional income in 2025. I will achieve XYZ in 2025. In this new year, I will adapt to the current situation and do my best to improve myself by learning new skills. Use positive words. Positive language encourages action and keeps you motivated. The truth of the matter is that you will need motivation, because there will be times when you are down. You need to keep yourself. Motivation is your responsibility. Nobody can motivate you for you. You just have to motivate yourself. You can be inspired by people, but you need to drive. You can listen to people, you can watch people. They will stir up something, but you need to act. Nobody can act for you. People can speak and spur you on, but you need to act. So using actionable language is empowering and can give you the motivation and confidence to succeed. I will do this. I'm going to do this. The benefits of using actionable language includes giving you clarity and focus, plus brain stimulation. I hope you know we talk to ourselves. We all talk to ourselves. Oh, why didn't I do it this way? Oh, we all talk to ourselves. Either we are talking audibly or inaudibly. We all talk to ourselves. So when we use actionable language, we are speaking to the inner man. And I know you understand that we are man is made up of different. Man is a spirit, spirit, soul, and body. So we need to speak to our spirits. We need to stimulate ourselves. And when we use positive language, oh, I will, I am going to, I develop, I contribute, I control, I enhance, I ensure. Positive words are important. In your planning document, your goals, you must have positive words littered all around. I will, I have. Positive words. The more positive your goals are, the more your chances of speaking to your inner self and beginning to adapt, or beginning to, your body begins to, the word is align. People will say the environment begins to align to what you say. And the Bible says you will have whatsoever what you say. So your goals, your plans, you speak them into existence. So when you use positive words, your inner man begins to orchestrate things. And with the help of the Almighty God, things begin to form together in your favor. And you begin to see yourself move seamlessly towards what you want to achieve. So that's why you need to use positive language, positive words, positive confessions, affirmations. You need to use positive words to be able to, in the achievement of your goals and your plans in 2025. This is very, very important. So tip number 8, harness the power of visualization. Picture yourself achieving that goal. Some people, they call it a vision board. You can have a vision board. A vision board is a pictorial representation of your goals. For example, if you want to lose weight, you can have a picture of on your wall. Even with these days of AI, you can have a picture of your wall where you put your head on somebody, on a fitness person. This is how it will look like if I lose 10 kg. Or you can put a fitness person on your wall who you are looking up to. This is how it will look like if I've lost weight. This is the kind of car I want to drive. The power of visualization. And I give an example here. If your goal is to increase your monthly sales quota by 10%, picture your supervisor congratulating you. Imagine that. I want to make more sales. In my mind, I picture my supervisor telling me, oh, congratulations for increasing sales. It's a powerful visualization tool, So it gives you something positive to work toward and can give you the push. So embark on visualizations. After you speak your goals, visualize them. You want to drive a car, remember you must be smart. You want to buy a car in 2025, please, we need to know what type of car. You need to know what type of car. I want to buy a Toyota Highlander, 2015 Toyota Highlander. I need to know the price. I need to have a picture of that car somewhere. Imagine yourself driving that car every day. You imagine yourself, sitting in the car. What kind of interior? What kind of features? What kind of spec? Those things are powerful. What kind of spec? How will I drive it? Especially now that petrol is 1,100 naira. How am I going to drive this beautiful Toyota Highlander 2015? Imagine yourself inside. You want to get new customers? Imagine yourself talking to the top performers, to the top contacts you need to be able to meet your goals. So you need to embark on visualization regularly. Use your mind. You see, it's a way what the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. And somebody said, I think it was John Maxwell that said, if your mind, throw your mind over the bar, he said, wherever your body follows where your mind goes. So wherever you project your mind to, your body will fight to get there. So things you begin to work towards it. So the power of visualization is important. Don't just set goals and leave it. Visualize. Visualize what you want to achieve. See yourself there. You want to become influential. See yourself sitting with influential people. See yourself going to places where influential people hang out. See yourself in their midst. Visualize. Visualize yourself. Think. Whatever you think about, whatever you focus on becomes what? Reality. So use visualization. Don't just set goals and leave them on a sheet of paper somewhere. Visualize. Visualize as much as possible. So tip number 9, track your progress. Check in mentally. Check. You set goals. This is common with many people. You set goals in January and you don't go back until we want to review in December. Track your progress. You have a goal to save 2 million. At the end of January, you saved 100,000. February, you saved another 100,000. And by June, then March, April, May, June, you saved nothing. So by June, you now need to know that by June, you've only done 200,000. Your goal was 2 million. Because you are tracking, you know where you are. You can see your progress. You can be appreciative of your progress. And you know how much more effort you need to put in. How much more you need to put in. I said, small wins are massive motivators. Remember, some progress is better than no progress at all. Don't flog yourself if you say you're going to make 10 million and you only make 500,000. That's still better than nothing. Small wins are massive motivators, but we don't recognize them because we don't track our progress. to track your progress. How am I progressing along in this goal? How has it been? Oh yes, the economy. And I talk about the economy because a lot of people blame the economy. But you see, in this tough economy, I hate to have to tell you, but there are people that this is the best period for them. There are people that this is the best period for them. I think yesterday I was listening to the radio and they brought this lady onto the radio, and the lady was saying after COVID, she started teaching students online. She lives in Lagos. She teaches international students. She teaches Nigerians abroad. So Nigerians abroad have a challenge. She shared the challenges they have. One, abroad, you can't force your child to be very intelligent like here. Here, you push your children. Okay? You push your children to do their best, to go beyond. But abroad, they tend to just leave their children, If your child can get 10 over 10, you will push him to get 10 over 10. But abroad, if he gets 4 or 5 over 10, it's fine. So she was brought in to continually to push Nigerian children. And then two, of course, to keep them grounded with Nigerian values. They brought this lady in, and she's based in Nigeria. She's teaching people, and they're paying her in foreign currencies. I don't know if you check the exchange rate. The dollar now is 1,700. The pound is over 2,000. The euro probably the same. So imagine if somebody is sitting down here in Nigeria making 1 or 2, 3,000 pounds a month in Nigeria. That's easily 6 or 7 million naira. That person is comfortable. So it's possible. This is not the time to say, oh, it's bad, it's all doom and gloom. There are still people that are succeeding, yeah. And you can be one of them. In fact, by the time we come back again next year, we'll look forward to hearing your testimonies of how you have succeeded. So, but to succeed, the road to success, you've got to be intentional. So track your progress. And remember what I told you, 2025 is not the end of the road. You still have 2026. If in 2025 you set the foundations to really, really move your success in the right direction, you have already succeeded. So track your progress, measure your progress, document your progress. Check your milestones and deadlines. So I want to be at X at a certain time. But unfortunately, at that time, I'm still at Y. But I've moved. Like they say, I'm not where I used to be. That's progress. But I know if I keep on this path, it's just a matter of time. Even if the economy is hard, I'm going to succeed. So you plan to track your progress. It doesn't have to be technical. Track every day, every week, check, where am I? Every month, check, where am I? How am I doing? Check. Plan, chart your course. Chart your course and you walk towards it. There's no way you won't be a success. So check your tasks, those tasks that you're going to do to achieve your goal. You need to check them out. Check your milestones as you achieve them. You will feel less overwhelmed when you prioritize and you track your progress. A lot of people are not tracking their progress. A lot of people think this year is a disaster, but they have not counted their blessings. As we were learned in church, we're to count our blessings and name them one by one. You will be surprised that you're not where you used to be. So track your progress. So tip number 10, technology. I always define technology as simply a better way of doing things. You want to set goals, you can set goals on your phone. That telephone that every one of us have, it's a tool that can do so many things. If you don't want to, if you think writing your goals down in your hand can be stressful or tiring, then use your phone. You can download apps. The apps, you can set your goals and download apps. You can download apps and set your goals, okay, on the app. You can do that. So the apps that you can use, with technology, you can easily take your goals everywhere you go. Even there are apps that can help remind you to review. They can guide you. So I saw some apps online, like the one there's some called ClickUp, Stride, Goals on Track, To-Do, and Todoists. These are some examples of goal setting apps. Go to your Play Store and look for an app that can help you set your goals. You can set your goals. So your goals go everywhere with you. And some of these apps, they have connections to the cloud. You can set your goal. It will be on your phone, It will be on your laptop. It will be on your it will be on your tablet. Everywhere you go, you can have your goals close by. So use technology to set your goals. Set a system in place. Remember that having no goals written down or documented, your chances of success are minimal. So use technology to make it easier for you. If you don't want to carry a hard journal, some of us have not written in a long time. For example, I myself, when I start writing, if I need to write 3 or 4 lines, my hand starts shaking. Because these days, everybody's typing one thing or the other. So use technology. Bring technology into the goal setting process as much as possible. So with these 10 tips, they are sure to help you to be able to achieve to be able to make 2025 a success. But that's not all my presentation contains. So after saying all I've said, which some people might say is too wrenchy, I just took the initiative to add this slide. I call it a practical goal setting document. I downloaded it from Canva. Okay, and I just set 2 goals using positive words and looking at what we need goals should look like. So I said the first one, I will work towards losing 5 kilograms of weight this year. So it asks, what is the reason? Because you see, reason is a powerful motivator. What is the reason? Okay, I say I currently weigh 110 kilograms, for example, which causes health challenges. So what is my motivation? To live a healthy life devoid of sicknesses that come with obesity. And I said, what are the steps to take? Remember what I said, things you do daily. And I said, number 1, remove bread, sugar, soda from diet. Number 2, work out in gym 3 times a week. You have to go to the gym. Number 3, totally eliminate eating after 7 p.m. Any food eaten after 7 p.m. doesn't digest. Invest in the bicycle to ride around. And I said, take up playing tennis twice a week. So these are steps that need to be done regularly. You can't say, okay, today I won't eat bread and I'm eating bread again after a few days. It doesn't help if you want to lose weight. There are certain foods you must avoid. Your lifestyle must change. Your eating habits must change. So if your goal is to lose 5 kg, you have to have something similar. You could have a document like this. And the second goal is I resolve to increase my net worth by 5 million in 2025. How do I increase my net worth by 5 million? And I said, what's the reason for this goal? I'm currently worth 5 million, for example. I'd like to double that as I build my personal wealth. And what's the motivation? Money is freedom. I'd like to be able to live life on my own terms. Money is freedom. So what are the steps to take to achieve a 5 million to increase my net worth? I say save 250,000 naira monthly. Times 12, that's 3 million naira. And I said invest my savings in a mutual fund. Mutual fund gives you, on an average, you could get 10 to 15% on a mutual fund. Per annum, that is. Double my clientele base from 5 to 10. The more clients I have, the more business I attract. The more business that I attract, what happens? The more income I make, and the more I make, the more I can save towards increasing my net worth by 5 million in 2025. Another thing I've written there, learn one current high income skill. What are the skills that are paying nowadays? We hear about tech. People are doing remote work. People are doing project management. People are doing digital marketing. They're doing affiliate marketing. What are the skills that are in the market today? People are doing this. These are high income skills. I said they buy a plot of land worth 2 million. For example, if they bought a plot of land at the beginning of this year, by this time, that plot of land must have doubled in values, which means if you had a 2 million plot of land in January or February, now it probably worth about 3 or 4 million. You are closer to your net worth increasing by 5 million just from buying a plot of land. So this is a practical demonstration. I don't want to leave you with tips and be talking what you call Turenchi, but you can't practically see it. You can take a template like this or go online, find a template that works for you. Or if you're not a template type, you can get a sheet of paper, you get a journal, write it down. The steps are important. And you must use what I call positive language. I resolve to increase. I will work towards. I will earn. I make plans to increase. Positive action verbs, positive action words are what you must use in your practical goal setting documents. So I encourage you to use this as a guide and find one and put all your goals. Remember not to have more than 5 or at most 7 goals. So this will also be useful. So in conclusion, I have 2 more slides. And I've said there are 10 reasons why planning is important in one's life. Planning helps you achieve your purpose. What's your purpose? Everybody has a purpose. And we all know that if we don't, there's a gap a longing in our hearts for our purpose, what we want to achieve. What do we think we are here for? That's your purpose. And when you plan, you can achieve your purpose better. Planning helps in setting your priorities right. What are your priorities? What's important? What's your purpose? When you plan, you have a better chance of setting your priorities because you will go after what is important. You see, many of us, our goals, our intentions, dovetail into our purpose. So when you plan, you need to discover your purpose and work towards it, and planning helps you. Those things that are not helping you in the achievement of your purpose, you take them away. You set your priorities right. Planning reduces a hill to a molehill. We know what a hill looks like. We know what a molehill looks like. A molehill is much, much smaller. Much, much smaller than a hill. So when you plan, you can reduce the weight or the enormity of the task or the enormity of the project into a smaller one because you are better organized. Efficiency becomes the order of the day. Efficiency becomes the order of the day. And somebody said efficiency is what is doing the right things. Doing the right things becomes the order of the day. Planning fosters tracking and gives timelines. You can track what you want to do. You can project, okay, by the end of this month, for example, if I want to lose 5 kg, by the end of January, I need to I've lost about half or 1 kg. I'm on my way. I know that by the end of February, I need to be somewhere else. And hopefully by June, I need to be somewhere else. So you can track and it gives timelines. And so with planning, you will understand and have control of things. You can't afford to live your life and not have control. You can't afford to live your life and you're not in control of the situation. It's a frustrating place. It's a frustrating place to be, not having control. You know what we call in life is best to be proactive than reactive. Proactive means before something happens, you already have the answer. For example, you might be 50 years old. And before you know that as you get older, ailments may come. But because you are proactive, you have already set aside money in case anything happens, or you have invested in your health to ensure that you don't fall sick and you don't take any ailments. For example, when you turn 40, you need to be more sensitive about your health. Imagine if from 40, you started taking care of yourself much better. By the time you are 50, you will not have ailments. And you'll be more control of your life because you can't live a life. Those who are in the hospital will understand better. You can't live a life if you're not in control of your health. So you understand and have control of things. It gives you alternatives. Alternative A, alternative B. I have a plan. I said I was going to save 10 million. And it's March. And I've already saved the whole 10 million. Or I couldn't save, it's March. And I've not even saved 1 million. I can change my plan that, okay, instead of 10 million, let me project 5 million. Let me project 3 million. Or let me I can do other things. I can add other activities. Planning ignites your passion. You have something you are running towards. And there's no better life than when you're running. You have something you're running you're running after, and it's clear. And you're running after it with all that you have. So motivation comes when you plan. It helps you are motivated. You're motivated to make things happen when you plan. And productivity is increased when you plan. You must be productive, getting results, achieving your goals, meeting your timelines, meeting your targets. That's all those things dovetails into productivity. And it increases when you plan. So finally, a few final things to consider, just as a recap. And I've said here, these are just a few things. Do at least one thing daily towards progress on your goals and your plans. One thing daily, at least one thing. Now you can do more, but every day, don't sleep. Don't go to bed without thinking back. What did I do today towards what I want to achieve? What did I do today? towards that goal of losing weight? What did I do today towards that goal of getting married? What did I do today towards that goal of learning a new skill? Do at least one thing daily. And I put in number 2, create a vision board. Pictures of what you want to achieve and place them where you can see them. Because some people, when you go to their houses, you see pictures on the wall. Create a board, a place where you can put pictures up of what you want to achieve. You see, what you see longest becomes strongest. Every day you pass, put it on your bedroom wall. That car you want to buy, that house you want to build, that job you want to have, put that title, put it on your wall. So create a vision board, things you want to achieve. And I said here next, celebrate when you make progress. African man doesn't know how to celebrate. That's what I realized. We don't know how to celebrate. Celebrate. You make some progress, celebrate. Don't go overboard, but celebrate. Celebrate, rejoice. I set a goal of 10 million, and even though I've not met half of it, but I made 3 million. Celebrate when you make some progress. And I've said, don't be too hard on yourself when you don't move as fast as you should or want. And this is where you should be careful. Don't look over your shoulder and see what person B is doing. Oh, we went to school together. My classmate is a CEO of a bank today, executive director of bank. And I'm not anywhere near that. Everybody's running his own race. Okay? Even in that your same class, there are those that are far, far behind you. So don't be too hard on yourself. When you don't move as fast, your time will come. If you plan, if you are organized, your time will come, your opportunity will come, and you will be there. And you cannot compare yourself to another person. You are running your own race. Compare yourself with yourself. And I said also very important and vital, even if you fail, there's still another blank slate called 2026. Even if all fails in your plans, what you've learned in 2024 by reviewing it and running it, and what you've learned in 2025 when you get to the next review will make for a better 2026. I know we want to achieve. We are human beings. We are racing. By all means, run. Run as hard and as fast as you can. But even if it doesn't work, don't be too hard on yourself. There's still 2026. There's still life to live. There's still another opportunity. There's still another year to improve and be better in order to achieve your goals. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for spending the last 50 minutes listening to my presentation. Does anybody have any questions? I'll be happy to take them now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So please, let's check the chat box if we have...
Yes, I think Chibuzo Onuigbo has raised a hand. So perhaps you can allow Chibuzo to go first if he has a question or a comment. Please go ahead, Chibuzo. Hello, Chibuzo. Do we have to unmute him?
No,
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Chibuzo, please go ahead. Good evening.
He hasn't been. I think he should be able to unmute himself.
Unmute himself, okay.
Or herself. Can you unmute yourself? Okay, let's take the one.
Okay.
We have one in the chat box by Cerebral Ruby B. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the session tonight. What are the red flags to look What are the red flags to look for to know it's time to change plans and set targets?
Okay, that's a very good question. Like I said in my presentation, a lot of it depends on you. You are human, you change. Your needs change. Okay, so let's assume you set a goal that you want to, maybe save 10 million, for example. That's your goal. But along the line, you might think to yourself that, okay, I would like to relocate. Okay, so if you want to relocate, that whatever funds you wanted to save for your net worth, you're probably going to use it to relocate. So saving 10 million might be more challenging because you want to use the money to relocate. So your goal changes from saving it to increase my net worth to saving it to relocate. So how will you know? It all depends on you. You are free to change your mind. You see, the beauty about goal setting is that it's not cast in stone. What you want today could be what you don't want. You may not want it tomorrow. And when you don't want it, what you now want now supersedes what you used to want. I hope it's clear. So it's up to you. No goal is cast in stone, but you decide. If you see something you want, by all means, man is made to aspire to run after things somehow. In this life that you want to achieve. Man is achievement driven. That's what I meant to say. We are achievement driven. Okay, and because we're achievement driven, the achievement, what we want to achieve, may change. So it's up to you, because it's that achievement is what gives you maybe joy, or gives you value. So if my values change, I am allowed to change my goals. No goal is cast in stone that you can't change. You can change your mind. Right? It's very easy when you want things. I wanted to buy a Honda before. That was my goal. And I saw a Toyota when I had the money. And I now bought a Toyota. Is anybody going to flog me for not buying a Honda? No. I ended up buying a car. That was one of my goals. And I changed my mind along the way. So changing your mind is not an issue. But everything depends on you. What do you want? And I talked a bit about purpose. If you are really purpose driven, your goals will be in tandem with your purpose. Okay? Anything you decide you want to do, most of it will be in tandem with your purpose. And that's what you run towards. But if along the line you change your mind, it's allowed. I hope I've answered your question. There's no hard and fast. You can always start again. Okay? Please also remember that we'll talk about January. I know we are looking at January to December, but some people around March, they can change all their goals. So it now becomes March to March. I hope you understand. We're looking at January to December, but it's not cast in stone. If in March, I decide I want to do something else, I can make a 12-month plan that ends in March next year for a particular goal. So it's all up to you. You have another question. I just saw that. Okay. When is the right time to share your personal goals with others? Sometimes you can share your goals and testimonies and people get jealous and envious. How do you keep it quiet? I would say it's best to keep your goals to yourself. Don't share if you don't share it with anyone that is not going to help you or doesn't have a value in your achievements. What do I mean? For example, if you have a goal, you want to do something, you might share with your spouse because he or she will provide encouragement. But don't just share. Your goals are not meant to be shared with other people. Even when you start talking, people get angry. You saw the story of Joseph. His brothers got angry. Even if it doesn't concern people, even if you're telling them what you want to achieve, they'll be looking at you like, what's wrong with this person? So don't share it's a personal thing. Share it only with people that can enhance or mentor or advise or pray for you or encourage you. And before you pick those people, don't just pick anyone. Pick a few people you can share with. But then minimize it. Goals and plans are not meant to be shared with a lot of people. That's my view. Okay. Thank you. Chibuzo, are you ready now?
All right, Chibuzo, are you ready, please, to ask your question? You can unmute your mic and ask your question, please. Okay. I see you are still
raising your hand.
I see your hand is still raised up. You want to ask your question now? or you have a challenge, or if you have a challenge asking the question, you can put it in the chat box.
In the chat, okay.
And we can pick it in the chat box.
We have Bliss Menix who has sent something. Good evening, thank you for this session and the opportunity. He says, how I can train myself to certain timelines. How can I train myself to certain timelines and keep to it? Because I really struggle with keeping to it. How can I get better? Let me tell you something, Bliss Menix, everybody struggles with keeping timelines. I can tell you for a fact. If you know this presentation you just looked at, I was supposed to submit on Wednesday. Michael is my witness. It was Wednesday night. I started putting together my presentation. I submitted on Thursday or something like that. I was submitting Wednesday night. I submitted Thursday night. We're all like that. You give us timelines. Everybody's like that. But what you need to do is discipline. Discipline can come from, for example, you can get somebody to always encourage you. We call it an accountability partner. So if you have set a goal for yourself to lose weight and you need to go to the gym, get somebody in the gym that can always call you to come to the gym. If you set a goal to grow your business, if you have a partner, let your partner encourage you. If you don't have a partner, get somebody from your church or your community who is also into business to encourage you. You see, they say iron sharpeneth iron. Okay? So when you set such goals or when you want to achieve something, get somebody nearby who will not be jealous and envious. You don't even need to tell the person the whole details. Get someone to always encourage you. Oh, please call me. Let's have a discussion. Let's brainstorm. Let's sharpen each other up. Every week, two of you meet. You talk about business. Oh, what was that thing you wanted to achieve? Have you done it this week? Or you can get a mentor. Michael is an excellent mentor. You can get somebody to call you. Oh, I want to achieve A, B, C, D. And somebody calls you every week to be sure you are keeping to your agreed timelines. That you can do. And then you can also use technology. Just like, you sleep, you want to wake up early, you set your alarm. When your alarm rings, that's the time you set it forward, the time you need to get up. Eventually, you get up. So you can use technology, put all your goals on an app, and ask the app to be reminding you every day. Every day, an alarm will come, and they'll say, have you done your this today? Oh yeah, stop and do it now. So you can use an app, you can use technology, you can use human beings, you can use anyone, a mentor, they can help you in your achievement of goal, but everybody's like you. We all struggle with deadlines and timelines, many of us to the last minute. So it's nothing unique to you. Okay, so that's how you can get better with the help of others or technology. I hope I answered your question, please, Menix.
All right, thank you very much. I'm not sure there are further questions in the chat box. So if you want to receive the slide pack at the end of the day, the recording is on. We're going to share this. By the way, it's on YouTube. If you click on the YouTube handle, you see the past ones we have done. This will be uploaded also on the Aspire for Excellence Foundation YouTube channel. It's also in the chat box. If you want to see the previous ones, you can get it there. The slides will be shared in the WhatsApp group. So if you want, also we are going to share this. Okay, so I will want everyone here to please one more time give a virtual round of applause. Okay, I think I have one question I saw a hand up just now. Let me see. Is the hand up? Okay, I have a hand up from Dandisin Wami. I thought I saw another one from Mbele, but Dandisin, let's have you. You can unmute yourself and ask your question. Dandisin? Or were you giving a clap by raising your hands? Okay. All right. Maybe that's what you were doing. Let me help you lower it up. So honestly, thank you very much, Ken Nosode. Thank you very much for what you've taught us. Okay. We're quite grateful. For what we would like to see is that next year, 2025, with the things you have learned, you become a better person. Okay, you put it into practice. They say practice makes. Okay, that's the difference. They said it is often said that the man who cannot read and the one who does not read, there is no difference between both of them, if you see what I mean. So now you've been empowered. You can pray as much as you want for 2025, but if you do not put some of these things into practice, 2021 will not end out the best way you want it. So I want to thank everyone who has taken out time to join us tonight.